What up, Atlanta Black Expo? So we're about to wrap this thing up, man. I don't know about y'all, but I've learned some very, very valuable information. My name is Dr. Ric Mathis. I'm one of the hosts here for this evening, and today we have the opportunity to speak with Brittany B on social media marketing. So introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are.
Absolutely. First, I want to say
Look in here.
I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to grace this platform. But I am Brittany B. I am a social media marketer, and today we're going to talk about
We're talking about social media marketing, Gen Z. We're talking about all the amazing things you need, when we get into this social media marketing.
absolutely.
So right now, Gen Z is leading the trends. Like when it comes to social media marketing, everybody is following the Gen Z group. So tell us about the Gen Z group and some of the things that we're following now, like the trends that they're setting. What do Gen Zers want to know about? Like, tell us about their behavior patterns.
So before we do that, I want to reintroduce myself. Let me run that back. So I'm Brittany B, and I have a brand called It's Her. And It's Her is really a movement. It's a movement to empower women to show up authentically, organically in their business, in their brand, and in self-love. So we teach all those things under the branch of It's Her Business.
Okay, that's awesome. It's Her Business. So what are some things you're going to be doing under that brand, It's Her?
Oh, wow. We do social media marketing. We do system integration, website design. We also do social media brand development as well. And we build your business foundation as
So
well.
everything from credit, like you teach people how to get the bag, how their profile should look, their business profile should look in order to get loans and things like that.
Absolutely. And just to teach them what the foundation of their business should be in order to even get qualified for that particular funding.
Yeah, that's very important.
Absolutely.
That's very important. So, so these Gen Zers,
Ooh.
they're leading the trends right now, and they are predicting what people want to see when it comes to social media.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things Gen Zers are into? Like, what do they want to see when it comes to social media?
So the marketing landscape is changing drastically. So you're either gonna get on the train or
Get drugged by the train.
kind of like what you say with AI, right? But no, Gen Z is actually they're leading this new trend, and what they want is organic marketing strategies. They want the real, they want the relatable, and the authentic social media marketing post.
So I read a statistic recently.
Mm-hmm.
It says that 70% of Gen Zers want information they feel they can trust. Let's unpack that for a minute. What does that mean when the Gen Zers say, hey, I hear you talking, I hear y'all trying to sell these shoes, I hear y'all trying to sell this food, but I want some information that I can trust. I want some information that I feel is real. So tell us, like, what does that mean when they say they want information that they can trust?
That's a great question. That is a great question. They want, like I said, they want real, raw content. So what that looks like educational videos that teaches something valuable. They want to go back to the basic. They don't want all the glitz, the glam. We want to go back to the basics. Another thing that they also navigate to is influencer collaboration.
Okay.
That's very organic, and that's something that
So
they
what
like
is
as well.
influencer collaboration? What do you mean by that?
So Brittany B and Ric Mathis Media Group,
Mathis
Multimedia Group. We collab together, and like now we're on this podcast and we're having an interview. This is very organic. Even with me fumbling my words, this is very real and organic. This is not something that we made up. So this is the type of content that they're looking for and driving and pushing. We're actually calling this the organic movement. This is the organic movement.
The organic movement. I like that. Y'all like that? The organic movement? Okay, we get a thumbs up on that.
Yeah.
So, the digital first impression.
Oh, wow.
Google is who you say you are.
Absolutely.
What does that mean?
This is my favorite part of marketing. So I'm gonna paint a picture for you, because storytelling is a very authentic way to build your brand. So, Ric Mathis, I invite you to my home to have a conversation. You pull in my driveway. My home is beautiful. You get to my front door. It's yellow. It has a silver handle. Underneath your feet, there's a welcome mat that says, "You are home here." On your door, there's a wreath. On the door, there's a wreath. And that wreath smells good, looks good, it's beautiful. Would you be open to coming into my home?
Oh, man, I feel like I'm about to enter through the gates of heaven, girl. Shoot. A silver door. What is a yellow door with
Yellow
a
door.
silver handle,
Yeah.
a welcome mat, a wreath that smells like lavender and bliss.
Now I'm gonna flip it. You
Okay.
pull into my driveway. My home is beautiful. You walk to my door. It's yellow, but the paint is coming off. There's trash on the door. You don't even want to touch the door. And underneath your feet is still that same welcome mat, but it's bugs and acorns and all kind of things that's on that mat. And that wreath that was beautiful and smells good, it no longer smells good. It's ripped apart. It's just not inviting. Would you be open to coming into my house?
I would not. You know what I would do? I would say, "Hey, Brittany, can we do a Zoom? We're just going to do a Zoom." You know what I'm saying?
I can't blame
I
you.
ain't got to come in. We can do a Zoom. Matter of fact, I'm going to do the Zoom in my car.
And I can't blame you for that. So Google, your first impression on Google is like your front door. It's that first handshake, you know, and that's important. And that's something that small business entrepreneurs have to understand, that your marketing is everything. Your first impression is everything. How a person Googles you determines if they trust you and if they are going to buy.
So that's the know, like, and trust factor, right?
Absolutely.
That's that formula.
Absolutely.
If they know you, they like you, they trust you, 9 times out of 10, they're going to buy from you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so the next point is building authority through authentic storytelling.
Woo.
Now, Les Brown says, you never make a point without a story, and you never tell a story without a point. So storytelling is very, very vital to sales, to marketing, to speaking. So how should I incorporate storytelling into social media marketing so that authenticity comes across?
Just be yourself. Whatever your struggles that you have went through, that you've overcame, you highlight that and you storytell that in your social media posts, your carousels, your reels, you know, all the way down from the music that you put behind the story, all the way to the caption, to the hashtags. Your social media presence needs to have a feel, and that feel needs to speak to your audience.
Okay, and what feel is that? Like, you know, what if I'm a shy person and I'm a private person and I'm like, I don't want to put all my business out there on social media? Like, what would you tell a client, number one, to how to create that feel, and then how to overcome that feeling of being shy and being private and all of that?
I'm glad you asked that. We all have somebody that we look up to, you know, and you find that person that has kind of the similar story as you and highlight them. Use them to drive your brand, to get that organic following.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't tell your story, you share other people's stories? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
That works too. That works well.
So-
For my introverts that don't know how to be open and vulnerable, that works just as good.
So basically you need to like have quotes, you need to study quotes and study stories. So then you're not telling your private personal stories, you're sharing other people's stories. Is that?
Yes.
Am I correct?
You
Okay.
absolutely you're right. You're absolutely right.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna try that because you know I'm kind of shy and private, so I don't like put my business all out there in the street.
I don't know if I believe that. I don't know. I mean, and I want to use you as an example. When you Google Dr. Ric Mathis, man, your presence tells a story all the way down from when you were at the studio and rolling out.
Yeah.
You know, you can Google you and see your accolades, your accomplishments. You have reviews. All of that is so important because we judge you based on that. And based on what we saw, you're a pretty cool dude.
Hey, I appreciate it. Because you know what? You are who Google says you are.
You are who Google says you are.
So
and if
whether
you don't
good or
have a
bad.
presence, Who are you?
Well, it's who Google say you are. So if you don't have a presence, you might Google Joe Frank, and Joe Frank may only have, 3 or 4 different things that come up on Google. And you're like, well, Joe Frank don't really have a whole lot going on.
So would you shop with him?
I would have to see the reviews. I would have to have a conversation with him. Like, I would have to do a little more homework. I'm not one who just like really rely on Google. Although when you think about, okay, what food you're gonna eat, what hotel you're gonna stay at if you're out of town, you tend to do what? Grab your phone and Google it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have a presence on Google, then 9 times out of 10 in this digital age, you're not gonna be found.
That's true.
So you're not going to have that shot of being that restaurant that people choose.
Yeah. Not having a presence is just as powerful as having a presence.
Mhm.
Sometimes just like the things we don't say is just as powerful as the things we say.
Yeah.
It is the same thing in marketing.
And and then a lot of times, so I'm gonna give y'all this quick tidbit, this quick secret. One of the things you want to do is you want to have articles and things like that written on you by major media outlets, because what those major media outlets, because they're putting so much content in Google, they're gonna come up high on the SEO. So like on Google, like if so say once we produce this content, we're gonna post this content on Rolling Out Magazine. So when people Google Brittany B, this particular article is gonna come up on Stop talking, ChatGPT. This particular comment is going to or this article is gonna populate high on the Google search engine.
Yes.
Just because it was posted on Rolling Out, which is a major publication or media outlet.
And I'm glad you said that, because that is one way to train the SEO. The more blogs that you have on yourself, the more interviews like this, the more podcasts you're featured on, they're gonna put you out there under their SEO, and it's gonna pull your SEO. So that is another way to get marketing and train that SEO.
Good, yeah, because I used to think that, with all these podcasts, everybody doing podcasts, I was like, man, there's going to be too many podcasts out there, so I don't really need to produce a podcast. But the more I think about it, I'm like, you got to stand out. You have to create podcasts. You have to create content that stands out. And, this looks like a pretty cool set, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when we post this online, people see this, they're going to be like, oh, man, this is a nice podcast set. And then you were at the Atlanta Black Expo, at the Georgia World Congress Center, where like we in the heart of where people do business when they come to Atlanta.
Yeah.
This is the #1 venue.
We called it the 3 ABCs.
Okay.
Okay. The first location was where we are now.
Georgia World
Congress Center. We're in what location?
We're in Atlanta.
No, not the city. What's the name of this event?
Oh, we're at the Atlanta Black Expo.
Right. And then we're on the Rolling Out podcast.
Okay.
So those are 3 major heavy hitters.
Yeah.
That's going to drive your SEO.
So you put those in the hashtag Georgia World Congress Center, Atlanta Black Expo, Rolling Out. So y'all getting it, right? You put those things in there, and now it goes to the top of your SEO search engine. That's dope. I like that. I like that.
That's what Gen Z is doing. It's called organic marketing. Oh. When I post this today, just giving you guys an example, when I post this today and I use those hashtags, I can guarantee you I'm going to get more than 100 likes within an hour on this post. Yeah.
So if you turn that 100, if you turn just 10% of that 100 into customers, that's 10 customers. That's pretty good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about SEO and content. The unseen power players. So we talked about blogs, interviews, and thoughtful posts and things like that. But balance is the key. Make sure the content speaks to both search engine and human audience. So we talked about the search engine. Now let's double back to the human audience.
Okay.
How does this content, or how do we produce content that speaks to the human audience?
Well, we're talking about everyday things. that we go through when we're trying to grow our social media content. So it makes it relatable to human action items.
Okay.
That's what makes it humanized. Like me talking about how to get 100 likes within an hour. Who doesn't want that?
Yeah.
Everybody is trying to go viral on social media right now.
Yeah.
So having those human action items, that is how you humanize it. Being personable, being vulnerable, telling your story. That's what brings the humanizing into it.
I love it. I love it. Good. So let's talk about managing your digital reputation. So everybody has a digital reputation. So, and that reputation is really based on things that you have posted about yourself and that other people have posted or commented on about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So Google never forgets. Your online reputation is living, breathing extension of your brand.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. What does that mean? Your online reputation is a breathing, living extension of your brand.
That's true. And what they're referencing there is Google reviews. You have to engage with those reviews, whether they are good or bad. A lot of entrepreneurs shy away from the bad reviews. No, we're not perfect. That's humanizing us when we make mistakes, right? So the algorithm does the same thing. You have to engage in those negative reviews in order to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got one for you now. You ready for this?
I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
So Google reviews, right? So I'm just hypothetically speaking.
Okay.
Suppose you went to a restaurant and you were eating your food at the restaurant and it was good. You were enjoying it, right?
Okay.
And next thing you know, you see a bug in your food.
Yeah.
You write a Google review on that restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
How am I supposed to respond to a Google review of somebody finding a bug in my food? Do I ignore it? Do I try to get it deleted? Or what should I say? Or do I respond to it? Do I say, okay, we got bugs, but we working on it. You know what I'm saying? Food's still good, but you might come in, you might see a fly, you might see a gnat. You know what I'm saying? You might see something crawling up the wall. You know what I mean? So how would I address that if that's in the Google review?
So the worst thing you can do is ignore that. So no, do not ignore it. Address it head on.
But what would you say?
Number one, you start off with taking accountability and apologizing. And you take the conversation offline. So respond on Google first. Get the contact information of the customer that had the bug in their food. Or, I would call you if it was my restaurant.
Okay.
And then, offer them, some type of incentive or free meal to come back.
Come back and eat some more bugs?
Yes, but the way you
the bugs must be good, boy. They got some good seasoning and sauce.
But the way you tackle that is maybe on your social media post, you show a reel of some, a pest control company coming in and spraying, and, you're taking care of the problem. Because you got to get those customers that you're going to lose for that one bad review. You're going to lose some customers from that one bad review.
But I was thinking, now me being a restaurant owner, I'm thinking I'll just ignore it.
No.
Because I'll be like, people might think, well, that was just a disgruntled customer. You know what I'm saying? They was mad because they didn't get the discount they wanted. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But when I go in that restaurant, I'm going to be looking for the bugs now. I'll be seeing if it's anything flying or crawling or whatever. But, okay.
But
so
no,
you say address it.
Address it. But, you don't have to go on Google and say, I'm sorry you had a bug in your food. You don't say that. You just go and apologize and you take the conversation offline and you cater to that customer. And then you put something on social media like you had an inspection and you passed your inspection to provide some type of reassurance that it's a safe place to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how you tackle that.
Okay, so let's switch gears for a minute because we only have a couple of more minutes.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about AI. So what AI tools Brittany be using to, one, promote her brand, to help craft her story, and to distribute her story?
Ooh, it's a list of them. You're going to make me go into my phone and pull up my list.
Go ahead. Just give us,
the one that comes to my mind is Jasper. Jasper
Okay.
AI.
Tell us about Jasper. What is Jasper for those who may not know what that is?
So Jasper is where you're able to clone yourself. You're able to make an AI avatar that looks like you, that talks like you. And the reason why you would want Jasper, I think every business owner should have Jasper, because when you are able to create an AI avatar, it takes your hands off of your marketing and creating content. I can teach my Jasper AR how to build a business from the ground up without me even putting in the work.
What?
You literally purchase this avatar.
Well, how much it costs first? Because you know these robots and avatars be kind of expensive.
Yeah.
How much this thing gonna cost me? Because they like to hit you every month.
So if you want an avatar that looks like you, you're gonna pay about $40 a month.
Okay, that ain't bad.
No, that's not. It's not.
Okay.
If you don't want an avatar that looks like you want just an avatar, it's free.
Wow.
It's free, yeah.
Okay.
And
I
so
can work with free.
Right. We like free.
Yeah,
We
free-
like free.
Free 99.
And so you can use that avatar to teach educational videos, to put those educational videos out there, to put that content out there, because one of the things that entrepreneurs are complaining about now is that they don't have the time of the day to make social media content. So you now have a platform where you don't have to put the work in anymore. You just type in a prompt. I would like to teach how to build a business from the ground up. I would like to teach how to create a $1 million marketing strategy. And boom, that AI will start talking, looking like you, talking
So
like
it's gonna
you,
look like me,
have
talk
your
like me, walk like
mannerisms,
me.
the whole nine.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Okay. So Jasper is one. What's another? You want to share another one?
Well, outside of ChatGPT,
Yeah, everybody knows ChatGPT, so we're not gonna include that. Although there's some amazing things you can do with ChatGPT, like I use it all the time,
Yeah.
But what are some other tools that you're using?
So we've just integrated copy.ai, which is great for like headlines, product descriptions. If you have an e-commerce website, if you have merch that you're selling, if you have a product that you're selling, it can create those product descriptions for you. And it also does social media posts as well.
Okay.
Now, I haven't used it for the social media post, but I have used it for descriptions in It's Her collection.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Will it create like graphic design, like if you need a logo, if you need, does it do it? So it's just all words, all verbiage.
All verbiage, all
Okay.
words. And another one was 7 Cents as well. That's email optimization. So it'll optimize your emails for you, and it actually.
And that's 7, like the number 7?
7.
7.
7.
7.
7.
Okay. So like your senses?
Yes.
But it's, okay.
Yeah, 7
7,
cents.
6. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's like a tongue twister.
It is.
All right,
But there's so many AI tools out there for marketing. It's over 100 plus AI tools for marketing. I mean, I would just really suggest you actually research and see which one really best fits for your business.
Can I use the platform? There's an AI for that?
Yes.
Or either Futurepedia?
Futurepedia, there's an AI for that. That's our AI dictionaries. That's our go-to when we're looking for a certain AI platform. So yes, utilize those.
Okay. Well, this has been amazing. So we're gonna wrap up in a minute, but do you have any closing thoughts that you want to share with the audience, with the people that are watching?
Absolutely. If you don't define your brand, somebody else will. And remember, you are who Google says you are. So go ahead and make a legacy. Make your name stand out. Now you can follow me because I think we left that part out.
Well, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna give you your social media and any other information you want to share.
Yeah. So my social media handle is ITZ Her Brand. It's Her Brand. ITZ Her Brand.
Okay. HERBARND.
AND. Yep.
Okay. It's Her Brand. So follow Brittany B on It's Her Brand. And again, I am Dr. Ric Mathis. We're here at the Atlanta Black Expo. Man, this has been amazing.
Yes.
It's been a ton. They had rooms. Let me tell you something. They had rooms and places that I didn't know they had. So I was like, oh, they got another room here? They got another room here? So it was like, so they had 2 different rooms.
2 different rooms.
They had food, that had art. Fulton County Arts was down here.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, man, this thing was amazing. And it's just, Atlanta sets the trends when it comes to black folks.
Oh, yeah.
Like everybody looking to Atlanta to see what Atlanta is doing.
Yes.
And this right here, Atlanta Black Expo, is one of those events, is one of those trends, or one of those brands that is setting the trends to say, hey, we need to do this in our city. We need to do this in our city.
Absolutely. And I'm from Tennessee, so I can appreciate this because we don't see this in Tennessee. If we do, it's not to this capacity.
Yeah, you don't see this many black people in one space at one time, you know.
And getting along, if I could say that, you
Yeah.
know, but Atlanta is the culture for sure, for sure. And like I said, I'm so honored to grace this stage and talk about my business. It's been a pleasure, Dr. Ric Mathis.
Hey, thank you. And shout out to Rolling Out. Mustard Steve,
Yes.
where you at, boy? We create some content, man, for Rolling Out Live. So we're going to have this content on these different platforms and continue to share this great message with you. Were there any questions? I know we got a few more minutes. We got about 3-4 more minutes. Were there any questions from the audience? Any questions about social media marketing? What you got? About Jasper? Okay, so she wanted to know about the AI app called Jasper.
Okay. So Jasper is an AI platform where you actually can clone yourself. You know, it has your mannerisms. It looks like you. It talks like you. So instead of you spending hours making content to teach how to build your business, for example, you now have an AI avatar that can do it for you in less than 15 minutes.
So you just have to have the right prompts and just prompt it what to do, or could you put it on a schedule and say, hey, just create, 5 posts for me for this upcoming week. I need 5 social media posts. Can
You
do
can't
that?
really customize for it to post for you, but you can prompt it for sure.
Okay.
You can prompt it and it'll give you several videos to choose from. So you choose which one you like the best, and then you put it in whatever your CRM system is or the social media back office, and you can schedule those posts.
Okay, good. That answer your question? Yeah, if you added your business, she was asking if
I didn't
she,
hear what she said.
yeah, she said if she added her business to Jasper, would it prompt the content for her?
So- Not necessarily. It doesn't work like that. Well, you have a service-based business, right? Okay, so obviously, you would have to be physically there to provide your services. But let's say you wanted to create a video of you talking about your services and what you offer. You could use that avatar to make that happen without you putting in any work. And then you would download it to your computer or your phone. And yeah, you can run it on your social media as much and as often as you like. Absolutely.
All right.
And for those that follow me on Instagram at ITZ Her Brand, I do have $1 million marketing strategy prompts that you can put in ChatGPT and you can cater it to your business, and it's going to blow your mind on what it gives you.
$1 million marketing
$1 million marketing prompt. Now, I'm not
That's
guaranteed
what's
that you're
up.
going
That's
to make
what's
$1
up.
million, but it is worth that much value.
Okay. Well, that's good. Well, again, thank you all for being such a great audience. I want to thank the Black Expo, Corey Moore, Rolling Out, for facilitating this. And again, I'm Dr. Ric Mathis, and we out. We'll see y'all next year.